We see others who are bullies as terrible people. But what if the bullies are actually victims who don't know how to process emotions, are terrified of going through the trauma that they've experienced? So the only way for them to process their emotions is seeing somebody who's weak and hurting them because they see themselves in that person. When somebody is traumatized, have terrible experiences, things that have kind of put a scar in their life, some people, they thrive off of that. They want to work through the things in their lives to become more in a soul alignment. And there are others who they don't even understand how they're thinking, how they're processing. They're only reacting through the experiences that they've gone through. So if they are responding the way the patterns that were placed on them, should we not have more compassion? I'm not necessarily saying take on the trauma and allow them to bully you and hurt you and say things that hit your heart, but having more compassion for somebody who is drowning in their pain, and the only way they know how to process or deal with it is to hurt another. I mean, imagine that, somebody who is willing to hurt another because they don't know how to process. They're just following what they see as they've been raised. That is the pattern that they've created. I wouldn't want to be bullied by them, but if that's the way that they were raised, that it's okay to bully another, to hurt somebody, and they took that on as their pattern, that's pretty sucky. Seeing people for where they're at in their journey, through the way they communicate, the way they handle life, it's pretty clear on where they're at. You just gotta listen, you gotta see. Typically the ones who are bullies, they have trauma. They're not coming from a place of love and compassion, but more from trying to survive. Your way of surviving may be through more soul alignment work, helping another person, make them feel better, but somebody else has a pattern that they have to be mean to another because that's the only way. On an earth level, they're the perpetrator and you're the victim. So when you embody more your power, call your power back, and you see yourself as strong, powerful, and not the victim, you might find that you're attracting less of that bully environment and more of the empowered person of yourself, seeing the truth of who you are, the power that you are, the incredible person that you are, the resilience that you have gained from being around certain people, the discernment you're now able to acquire. It's something to think about. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but something to think about.